Welcome to this tutorial on three-dimensional array indexing basics. In this video, you'll learn how to navigate and index three-dimensional arrays using NumPy. This is an essential skill for working with multi-dimensional data in scientific computing and data analysis. A three-dimensional array is like a stack of matrices. Think of it as multiple two-dimensional grids layered on top of each other. Just as a two-dimensional array has rows and columns, a three-dimensional array adds a third dimension, which we call depth or layers. Each layer in a three-dimensional array is a two-dimensional matrix. By stacking these layers on top of one another, we create a three-dimensional structure. You can think of this like pages in a book, where each page is a two-dimensional grid, and the book itself forms the three-dimensional structure. Let's create a three-dimensional array using NumPy. First, we import NumPy as NP, then we use np.array with nested lists to define our three-dimensional structure. This creates an array with two layers, each containing a 2 by 2 matrix. When we print the shape, we get 2, 2, 2, which represents the dimensions of our array. The shape tuple 2, 2, 2 tells us the structure of our array. The first 2 represents the number of layers, which is the depth dimension. The second 2 represents the number of rows per layer, and the third 2 represents the number of columns per row. Understanding shape is crucial for indexing correctly. To access elements in a three-dimensional array, we use the syntax array bracket layer, row, column, close bracket. Remember that Python uses zero-based indexing, which means counting starts at 0. This applies to all three dimensions: layers, rows, and columns. Let's look at some practical examples. To access a single element, we use array 3D bracket 0, 1, 0, which returns 3. To access the entire first layer, we use array 3D bracket 0, which returns the two-dimensional array 1, 2, 3, 4. To access the first row of the second layer, we use array 3D bracket 1, 0, which returns the one-dimensional array 5, 6. Let's recap the key concepts. Three-dimensional arrays are stacks of two-dimensional matrices. You access elements using the syntax layer, row, column. The shape tells you the dimensions in the order layers, rows, columns. And remember, indexing starts at 0 for all dimensions. With these fundamentals, you're ready to work with three-dimensional arrays in NumPy.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.